Ahoy and welcome aboard Blue Moon. I'm Donna. I'm here with my husband Jim aboard, we call it Big Blue Moon or Blue Moon Senior, our Willard 40, and we're getting ready for our summer cruise. We've been here in Connecticut, which is our hometown, Norwalk, for almost 2 months now, doing, the usual things, catching up on our yearly doctor's appointments, and this year we've been really working hard to clear out our storage unit. So it's been a slow start to the season, but we're looking forward to getting out for a couple months this summer, going to Cape Cod and some of the islands. So in getting ready for this cruise, we're doing some of the usual maintenance. Spent a good part of the morning working on varnishing the cap rail while Jim was in the engine room doing some battery maintenance. He also did some upgrades in the galley. I'll take you around and show you what we've got. So like I mentioned, I was working on varnish this morning, put a coat on. It's not perfect, but it'll help keep the teak in good stead for the season. I'll put another coat on tomorrow, and that should get us through the season, and try to do a couple coats twice a year if we can. You can see I'm washing rugs because just in time before we go. Our garden seems to have finally started growing now that the sun is out for the first time in a long time. This, by the way, is a sun cover that we use to keep the interior a little cooler. It's just a piece of sunbrella. We put some edging on it, just a simple hem, some grommets, and it works well. We put it on whichever side the sun is shining on, and then move it to the next side as the sun goes through the day. One of the other things we've been working on is updating our galley a little bit. We really liked our RO system on Baby Blue Moon, so we put one in here, and it comes with this dispenser, which, as Jim would say, it's a rather cheesy, so we actually paid the extra bucks and got this nice one. And while we were at it, we updated our faucet here, which is really nice. The other one was rather short and wouldn't reach both sides very well. And then Jim also put in the soap dispenser, which cleans up this whole area very nicely. And I think it looks good, and it makes life much easier for...
It's very nice to have the soap dispenser, because otherwise you have to have a soap bottle.
Yeah, it's another thing on the counter.
It ends up on the floor where you step on it while you're underway.
Yeah.
And and this, we didn't have to get up a higher functioning spigot, but we use this quite a bit now. It's become
it's a
real
fixture.
part of our existence. We don't use the Berkey anymore.
No.
In fact, we don't know what to do with the space where it used to be.
We have a whole extra space here we're not using.
Use that for?
I don't know, but at least now we can see all our lovely magnets.
Well,
my friend gave me this beautiful one from Amsterdam.
Now we're just patting it.
So Jim has worked hard and really cleaned up this battery very nicely. It's so bright and shiny. And he's trying to equalize them now to see if we can bring them back to life. We've had them for about 14 years, so I must say we've got our money's worth. But if we can bring them back so that they hold the charge better once again, that would be great. If not, we'll get another one.
I'm too cheap.
You're too cheap? Yeah, you and me both, my love.
We're using a very small battery charger on that one.
Yeah. Up here on the flybridge, there's another thing we did in preparation for our summer cruise. Is because of all this rain that we had this spring, we found a few leaks. One was along the seam here, and we actually had to unscrew all that, move it off to the side, and then clean it all up, and then recaulk here, and that took care of it. So we're getting close to leaving for our cruise, mostly waiting for weather windows right now. In the meantime, Jim has moved most of our garden on board, It's grown a bit since my last video on the garden. We got some flowers on our peas and beans, and we even have some snap peas here. And the dill has gotten pretty large. I think I better cut that back before it bolts. And of course, lots of greens. Been eating salads most days. Sweet potato is taking off. Lots of basil. I already made some pesto. Nice herbs. The sunchoke. We have peppers on our pepper plant over here. This guy looks like he could use a little water. I'll do that. Our potato and an assortment of odds and ends in our hanging planter. Now, if the weather would just cooperate, it's not too bad right now, but we got some heavy thunderstorms coming in soon, so better to stay in port. One of the chores I do before we take off is to defrost the refrigerator. It's hard to see in there, but it's pretty frosty. So I have a heater going, trying to warm up the space a bit. And of course the groceries all over the galley. And of course it's one of the hottest days, but hey, gotta do it when you gotta do it. Now, for those of you who haven't cruised New England, we have some pretty good tides here around this area. In Connecticut, we have 6 or 7 foot tides. And then if you go all the way out to Cape Cod, some of them are up to 10 feet. So you have to do a little planning. And one of our best tools is good old Eldridge, which has a wealth of knowledge in it. It has all sorts of tide schedules here. And then the thing we like most is some of the currents, which can make a world of difference. So let me talk you through some of the things we do. Alright, so what we start off with in Eldridge is we go to the page where it talks about the race on Long Island Sound. Let me show you just a high overview on this chart. So you have this great body of water, Long Island Sound. It gets very narrow here as it comes through into the Block Island Sound area, and it causes a lot of current. So we have to figure out the best times to go through. So we start here. They have when the flood starts and when the ebb starts. And it's the date. This is July. We plan on leaving on Wednesday the 9th, if the weather holds. And it says the ebb starts at 11:30. Now, ebb, when it starts flowing out at Long Island Sound, is what we need to help push us out. If we had it on the flood coming in, it would slow us down a great deal. And when you go 6 or 7 knots, every little bit counts. So what I usually do is I take this number, it says 11:30, ebb starts. I come here and I start writing out, I don't know if you can see that, 11:30, ebb starts. And then 1 hour after, 12:30. And then 2 hours after, 1300, 1400. Now, as the ebb continues, you get up to 3 hours after, and you actually have 5 knots of current helping you through going out of the race. So it can be substantial. The other nice thing about this is if you are going against a current, you can look at this chart and it'll tell you maybe you should head in towards shore a little bit because it's less. So this is a really helpful tool, and we always make sure we have an up-to-date version when we're leaving on our summer cruise from Connecticut. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe. Thank you.